Yeah, you can ask me.
Okay. What kind of parent do you think you will be?
Oh, I think I'll be a gentle one. I think I'll be like a nice one. Not a strict one, definitely not strict. Like for example, it also influences me like by my mom.
Mm-hmm.
My mom was never like strict on me, and like I grew up being strict on myself. For example, if I need to study, my mom doesn't know when I have tests. Most of the time it's like her going, oh, let's go out, and like, oh, I have to study. My mom, you can study afterwards. I'm like, no, mom, I can't.
Yeah, that.
My mom does that all the time. I don't think I'll be like, come on, anyway.
Yeah,
But
I feel like it's hard to find like a balance between like being strict and being like way too chill.
yeah,
you know?
exactly. Sometimes I think, oh, I don't want my kids to be like not a part of my life. That's not what I meant. But like
Yeah, but like only be like your life only being your kids.
But with my kids, I don't want my life to turn into my kids.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, kids, if you're watching this. Sorry, mommy loves you. But
Like from the movie we were watching yesterday, that woman, like her life was her kid.
yeah,
Totally.
it was. You know who Jason Nash is?
Yeah, I've heard
He's
of
in
him,
the-
but I've
he's
never
in the
seen.
David Dobrik like.
Oh, okay, yeah.
When Josh Peck, like his wife, is
Mhm.
pregnant,
Yeah.
and I think it was then when Josh told Jason his wife was pregnant, they were
Mhm.
having a baby. He was like, "Oh, you think your kids aren't going to turn into your whole life?" I thought because he thought the same way. I think that's what he said,
Mhm.
but it did. And,
Oh.
like he doesn't mind it obviously because he loves his kids so much.
Yeah, but then I guess like at first they will become like
Only
the
you
only
want it.
thing in
Yeah.
your life because they're like very young, they need like your support and stuff.
Yeah.
But then
As they grow up,
when they grow up, you
Yeah.
need to like start letting go.
letting go.
And I feel like that's hard.
Yeah, I think I
Yeah.
won't be able to.
Yeah.
What's one thing that bothers you the most about the world?
Oh, I guess the fact that like we tend to look at like superficial stuff nowadays without even like realizing it. I find myself like looking at what people are wearing and thinking like, you know, like not judging them, but like
It's
being like, oh, where did they get that? And
yeah,
where did
exactly.
they, instead of thinking about like, oh, how is this person doing, or you know.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's a bad thing overall, but mostly like social media and stuff. Sometimes I think like, what would our lives be without social media?
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like they would be better.
They would.
But also like I know that it's something that I can't let go of because all my friends have it. In a way it's better, but in another way you kind of lose like touch and you don't feel like you're in a community.
But is that
in a way.
a bad way if you don't have social media, but you feel like you have to because your friends also have to?
Exactly. There's like the group chats and pictures that people post, and then if you don't see those pictures, you can't really talk about them, and you feel kind of left out. There's a lot of like stuff going on. I guess that we're not careful with our world, you know? We forget that like this doesn't last forever, you know?
Exactly.
There's like such an amount of water we can use, you know? And there's only like such an amount of food and like clothes and everything. We need to start thinking that this is not forever and
Like taking conscience
yeah,
of what we do to our planet.
exactly. I feel like there's one thing that annoys me so much. You know those documents about the world and stuff and like global warming and stuff like that? They only go on TV like really late at night. They never show that in the news or like in news time.
Did they show the new thingies? The segment that they came out with?
Yeah, they did show that, but
okay.
like for example like the Leonardo DiCaprio thing.
Yeah.
They showed it like midnight or something. And like that's not the time where people are gonna be like most people are gonna be watching, especially if it's on like a weekday. So I don't know, it just bothers me because there's all this talk that we need to change blah blah, but like people are unaware of it, and if they're not aware, there's not much they can do.
And I feel like teens are more aware of it than parents.
Yeah, totally.
Right?
Yeah, totally. I agree. What's the one thing that people always misunderstand about you?
Oh, what do they do? So people think I'm nice, like I don't curse.
Like you're very like
Very
a saint. Yeah, like
yeah.
a saint. She's not, trust me.
Yeah. Sometimes I come across as very strong and like confident on myself.
Way too confident.
Yeah, I'm not like super confident. It's like fake it till I make it. Sometimes people are like, "Oh, you're very confident on your own body," but like, no, I'm not. I just fake it because like I also have my own struggles. I just choose to ignore them.
When I first met you, I remember thinking the exact same thing.
Really?
Like, oh my god, she's so confident. Like, I wish I was like that.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh.
I remember thinking that. Especially in 9th grade. You were like wearing all those like super cool clothes and stuff, and I was just like, oh my god, yes!
No, that was just my
Work
midlife
it.
crisis. If you died tomorrow,
Oh my god.
what would you wish you had done?
Like, accomplishments in general
Well, what would you wish you have done?
in life. Or like,
Whatever, however
I
you
don't
think
know.
it. Answer me whatever. In life, what, I don't know.
This is gonna sound like really like stupid and like corny and stuff, but probably like met someone that like I connected with in like a
That's cute.
deeper level. I really want to know what it's like to have that connection with someone, and I do believe that like there's someone out there for you. Not really a soulmate, but like someone that completes you.
Makes you a better
Yeah, I
person.
believe that, and I want to keep believing it. But then, like, I think, is it sad that my like accomplishment in life is like to meet someone?
No, because I picture you as like a very family-oriented person.
Yeah.
It makes sense to me.
Yeah,
like
like-
you're saying that.
Yeah, I need to have a family. Like, it's a goal for me to like to create a family. I guess it makes sense.
The person I end up marrying, I feel like I have to be best friends with them first.
Yeah, and
then we'll
But
move
then,
on
like,
to sex.
isn't it weird like being best friends with someone, because you can't be best friends with them for too long, because then it starts like getting weird. If you're like best friends for a really long time and then you suddenly turn into something else, I don't know. Then if it ends, does your friendship end as well?
I think it will end for a certain amount of time. Then we're like, hey, this is like let's just be adults.
Yeah. If past lives are real, what was yours?
I know my answer because like the other day I did like a pick a card reading. So my past life.
Yeah.
So supposedly what the card said was that I was like some kind of religious leader. And basically I took too much into consideration what other people thought of me.
Yeah.
And that is why now in this life I'm not like, I don't care what people think about me.
Oh.
And I don't. I really don't.
That's so interesting. I'm like the opposite.
The other day I saw my grandma on the street and she's like, I was like wearing that shirt
Yeah.
tucked into like pants.
Mhm.
And my grandma was like, Katrina, I don't like that shirt like that. It's too puffy. I'm like, okay. And then like 2 days later, my grandma was like, oh, you didn't really like what I said to you the other day, did you? I'm like, I don't care. I was like, I just don't care.
Yeah. I wish I was like that, honestly. Like, when people tell me something, it stays in my head for so long.
Mm-hmm.
And I just, like, think about it for a really long time. There was a time that I used to, when I used to go shopping,
Mm-hmm.
I used to think, like, oh, if I buy this, what will people think? I could imagine you, like, I don't know, being like a ruler of some sort. I
Really?
guess. Yeah.
I can see myself as being like, maybe like very repressed, as in like creatively repressed.
Yeah.
Like not being able to like make art because I'm like so passionate about what I want to do in my future. I want to make movies and I know I want to make movies. And it's like I really like movies. Maybe I was repressed in some kind of way.
I can imagine you like being a ruler. I don't know why. I just imagine you like queen of something.
Is it because like I portray as like very confident, like
Yeah, probably, yeah. You would be like a fair queen.
what is the darkest thought you've ever had?
Oh no.
What about the darkest thing you've never told anybody?
Oh my god. Oh,
To make this easier on you, my darkest thought has literally been like, should I drown myself right now? Because I was in the bath.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, this seems cool. What is drowning like? It's just like, I'm crazy. This was like this summer.
Yeah. I feel like that happened to me too.
Yeah.
But I guess I imagine things in my head, like
Yeah.
how I'm going to die.
Really?
Yeah. I have like different scenarios for like my death. It's so stupid. But like, I don't know why, but I just imagine them. I literally see myself dying when yeah.
You are crazy.
I know.
And the darkest thing you've ever told anyone.
I mean, I was gonna say something, but I told you the other day, so...
Or like the second darkest.
I don't know. I think a lot about like if people like me or not. Sometimes I think that like no one likes me. And I...
Shut up!
I know, but like I just... Sometimes I just want people to walk around with a sign saying I like you, I don't like you, you know? It would be so much easier if like my family likes me or not.
Of course your family likes you.
I know, but like they're my family, so they kind of have to like me, you know? But I want to know if like they truly like me, you know what I mean?
I'm gonna show this video to your mom, so like...
Oh, she's gonna see it probably, so...
Hi! Be like, slap her in the head. Of course.
Yeah, I know, but like, it's weird. What would you consider to be your deepest fear?
Oh, my biggest fear to not find myself accomplished in life. I'm very like future driven.
Yeah, me too.
So it's like if I can't do what I want, if I can't get into the movie industry, like I'll hate it. My biggest goal in life is to feel accomplished. Yeah, I could stay here in Portugal and like do freaking soap operas to SICK or TV.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't consider myself accomplished. Like if I did an independent movie, for example, like a series, I would feel. If I worked with Netflix, just like as a writer, I would like it, but I feel like I could go on an extent, because I don't want to be like a huge person in the movie industry and change everything. Of course that would be great, but I wouldn't care as much.
As long as you do it for yourself.
Yeah, exactly. If I like what I'm doing, yeah, and also if the movie gets too big, and I feel like that would only happen if I was working with like 21st Century, for example, and I feel like they would have had a lot of input in what I wanted to write on the movie or not. I would feel like that wouldn't be an accomplishment unless they've left me. They'd be like, Cath, you can do whatever you want, just let us read like afterwards to check if everything is okay, and then it's your movie, not yours, not ours. I like that. But yeah, I feel like accomplishment is like to have like 2 or 3 like movies of my own, like independent ones.
Yeah.
Tell me about the facts or harsh truths you choose to ignore, but you know you shouldn't.
Okay. I have to think. Because I ignore them, so they're not on my mind.
Maybe that you actually know people like you and you shouldn't be thinking about it.
Wait, I need to think. I guess like one of them has to do with like the world itself. I forget all the time that this isn't gonna last forever.
But I'm asking about yourself.
Myself.
Your personal life.
Maybe the fact that I still don't know what I want to do. I have an idea, but because like you, I'm very like future driven. I need to know what I'm gonna do. If I'm always thinking about that, I would be like a stressful wreck every day. No. When I start thinking about it, my mind just goes into like anxiety mode. Like, what am I gonna be? What am I gonna do with my life? I don't know, you know, things like that. So I try to forget about it.
You have something in your mind, just tell me.
No, I'm trying to think. I guess like this is so stupid. I guess the fact that like no
Just say it.
no one's ever like loved me.
In a romantic way.
Yeah, like a romantic way. Yeah, that kind of like, oh, you know? I guess.
No, but I sometimes I get frustrated too because I've never been in like a real relationship.
Yeah, and like sometimes I just think, what do I have wrong? You know, because like
I don't have anything
I
wrong.
look at like people. I don't want to seem like judgy and stuff, but like some people, they're like they do like really bad things, and like they still find someone. I don't know. It's just yeah. I guess that's like my main one. What makes you feel like you need to be alone?
What makes me feel? I just generally like to be alone. Like I like to have my own space. Taking out time of the day for
Yourself.
for myself.
Yeah.
Which by now it's like a regular thing that I do. But some people don't have that. I'm sure like people at the Jake Paul house don't spend a single minute alone.
I feel like I should do that more because when I'm alone, I'm not like alone with myself. I go on YouTube.
The other day I was like being very productive. I was in my bedroom. I was like planning videos and like filming some bits. I was like taking the time for myself and I was like using it. I cooked, I washed the dishes, I filmed videos, I planned videos, did my homework, wrote down like the rest of my bullet journal that I wanted to do.
I feel like
I
that's
like to
a
be
really good
productive.
thing.
But I'm very procrastinator. I'm a huge procrastinator, so that I did that is like a big thing.
Yeah, I can see where you're coming from because like I procrastinate a lot.
I also think that like it's good for us to like have a moment where you step back and you're just with yourself. If you could have the option of eradicating pain from your life, would you choose to do so? Why or why not?
I wouldn't.
Me neither.
Because I feel like you learn with pain,
Exactly.
and if you didn't have pain in your life, you wouldn't know what it would be like to not have it. For example, when I'm sick, I just think, oh, it's so good when I'm not sick. Like, why don't I enjoy not being sick more, you know? So
sometimes you take things for granted.
yeah, exactly. And if you have pain, I feel like pain is there to make you realize that you're actually really lucky. I have gone through like a long time period of pain, and you just feel so good when you get out of it.
When you feel sad for a long time, because I've also gone through like sad times, not like you, but like I've also been like times where I've been like very hurt.
Yeah.
Did you like realize it's like it wasn't like from it's like, oh, today I'm sad but tomorrow I'm not sad anymore and like everything is gone? It wasn't like that, was
No, it was like
you don't even realize
yeah,
that
I
you're
didn't
not sad anymore.
I only started realizing it wasn't there anymore after like a month or so, like I don't know, like it started going away and then like when we were on like summer holidays, when we came back, I was like, oh, like I'm good now. And yeah, it was great. When the school year like started, it was like that school year was like really bad, like 9th grade.
Really?
Because like it was hard for me to like find a balance. When in Belgium, I was like I had like a really good group of friends, but I wasn't well with myself. And then here I was like finally starting to feel like good about myself, but then like my friends brought me down.
Does it ever like come back, this sadness?
Like I'm really scared of it coming back. So like when I start like having thoughts about that, I just like turn it off, you know?
Yeah, you have to rise up.
Yeah, exactly, because I can't
you can go down again.
What has been the biggest change you ever made that made you the most proud of yourself? It doesn't need to be like changing yourself, like something you changed in your life.
Just growing up with time.
Yeah.
Like when I had my heartbreak, it made me realize how I wouldn't consider back then I wouldn't consider myself naive, but I was naive when I was talking to like that guy. then I realized like how naive I was for like believing everything. It just makes you grow.
In ways, I feel like I'm not, but in other ways, like when it comes to like love and stuff, I'm like a child.
When I was talking to him, it was like the first ever like time some guy had like paid attention to me. So I was like very excited. I remember talking to him and I was like literally shaking, so happy, and then like 3 days later like so down. I think that situation like changed me a lot, made me like grow up. And like also this was something my friend, she was telling me about like during the summer. She was like, oh, I hate him because he like changed you so much, because like now I built up walls that I didn't even realize. But like for the longest time, from like since I like stopped talking to him, to that guy, to like now, for that, like that's 8th grade, 9th grade, we're now in 11th grade, 2.5
3
years,
years, yeah.
3 years. I didn't want a boyfriend, and like for the longest time, like middle school, all I wanted was a boyfriend. But then it's like spending like 3 years not wanting anything. I had that thing with like I had that little thing, but like it wasn't. I mean, like I never like really liked that guy. Like the second guy. I built up walls that I didn't even realize. It was only when Rita was like, oh, you built up walls when you were heartbroken. I went from being very needy all the time to like not wanting anything to do with love. How do you wish to be remembered?
I have like 2 separate like ideas in my head. One of them is like do something, like accomplish something in like the world, and like everyone to remember me. That's like the most common answer. I feel like I just want like the people that I care about to remember me as like a happy person, but also without forgetting the bad things about me.
Before a rainbow comes a storm.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like when you die, people only like remember like how good you were to them, you know? But I feel like you can't forget like the bad stuff as well. They make you, even though they're like bad. You have those traits because something happened to you, you know? They're like a part of your history. I guess I just want to be remembered like a daughter, a friend, a shoulder to cry on, or like, I don't know, someone that was like accomplished what she wanted.
I think the same way too, actually.
Yeah.
It's like I don't need to be like the huge person to the world. I don't need to be like the next like Gandhi or whatever. It's like
just
for a small
group of people. Yeah.
We're done. I think we're also gonna do a video on her channel, so I'm gonna leave a link down below to check her out, and I will see you next week.